We don't exist anymore without programs running around us. It's very hard to do anything without a program running. Once that happens and you start to look forward as to what society might be and how we might all fit in it. You know, my own children, my youngest daughter was a Skype user from about 12 months, right? So our family, so their experience of computers are going to be much different from ours. What I think is most important though, is those people understand the world they live in. If most of the interactions with computers are going to be based on some belief in some code fairies and magic that makes things work, that doesn't feel like a good way to live. Coding is a really good way to explain to people how a computer works. If nothing else, it'll tell you how much effort and energy it is to do things. It will tell you how simple the computer is, but how fast it is doing things to give you this illusion of being smart. So I think teaching people to code or exposing them to coding gives them that awareness and appreciation. Broadly, they allow people to do what's often termed computational thinking. They see the world computationally and they understand the ways in which computers might work in the world. Whether you'd anticipate them all becoming programmers or you'd anticipate them all having to program for themselves, I think is unlikely, but I think the appreciation is really useful for them, okay?
So you think this exposure to coding is more like taking them to the art gallery or the zoo, so they just get kind of a snapshot appreciation for something?
I think it gives them appreciation and it will become part of their life. Okay, so you know, the mechanical engineering equivalent of this is Lego and Meccano. Okay, we give this to our children. They understand how things are built, how they're constructed, how they fall apart, but they have a working sense of the world known in common, right? That they understand the world, how it's built. When a large part of your world's digital, they need to have the same knowledge. They need to know how those building blocks fit together and what makes them topple. Yeah, okay, so people can understand you build things too high, they fall over, or that works, that doesn't work. So I think my position would be that one, is coding's the means to help them understand the digital equivalent of gravity. I think the issue here isn't to train everybody to be a programmer. I mean, I think people will make selections in their life as they develop through, but fundamentally it's to put computing and coding on the same footing as mathematics. Mathematics is the language of science. It's the means by which scientific things become expressed. So our children are taught mathematics in order to do that. Increasingly, large parts of the world are expressed digitally and through digital manipulation. Teaching people about coding and programming allows them to understand that part of the world.